Hello and welcome to Unity, where cultural diversity is sought after and explored. Today's episode features Pastor Joel Osteen and co-pastor Victoria Osteen of Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas. Join us as we learn how their lives and ministry blesses people of all nationalities. They came to Washington, D.C. to share America's Night of Hope with 40,000 people, but not before sharing some quality time by reading to D.C. students and through Pastor Osteen's outreach ministry, Generation Hope. It was great to see that the Osteens traveled together as an extended family. I started noticing how supportive the Osteens were of one another. The next stop was another interview, where Pastor Osteen spoke about the importance of forgiveness and a little bit about D.C. politics. So I made my way outside to speak to their youth and young adult pastor, Nick Nilson, where Generation Hope volunteers were busy beautifying the grounds of Amadon Bowen Elementary. Generation Hope is an outreach ministry of Joel Osteen Ministries. With so much love, care, and attention, it was clear to see that Amadon Bowen Elementary was not going to be the same once they left. All right, thanks for joining us, Nick. We are here at Amadon Elementary. Let's talk about Generation Hope. What is Generation Hope?
Generation Hope is a group of young adults, a movement really of young adults that have come together from all over the world, literally all over the world. There's people from Turkey, from Mexico City, from all over that have gathered in Washington, D.C. to express the gospel tangibly. We feel like, you know, if someone is coming and teaching about God and teaching about grace, then there should be some way of expressing that tangibly to the city as well. The city should be different by the time we leave, both inside and outside. So
Awesome.
That's our heart.
That's your heart.
That's our heart.
And what are you doing here at the school? I noticed there's rakes behind you, a lot of sod, looks like grass that's going to be planted.
Yeah. This particular school is basically getting an overhaul all around. So we're replacing the grass, we're putting new sod in, and then we're also planting flower beds all over the school. We're also sanding and refinishing the fence on the side over here. So it's basically just getting a whole facelift all the way around.
That's beautiful. Now, you've got a lot of young people involved.
Yeah.
What age group are you in leadership of?
I'm specifically in leadership of students from 15 to young adults to the age of 35. So I oversee those students at Lakewood Church, which Joel Osteen's the pastor of, and we've mobilized 80 of young adults who are 18 and older to come from Houston to here to unite with other ministries and other young adults here in D.C. to help this city. So
that's awesome. Is it difficult to get young people involved in Christianity? Is it cool to be Christian? Because it looks like it's cool to be Christian here.
You know, it's always a challenge. I think there's a lot of misconceptions that teenagers and young adults have when it comes to serving God and what it means to be a Christian. And so we just try to lead out in a way where we feel is relevant, and we feel like if Jesus were to walk here, he would look around at the places that were being ignored and overlooked and try to do what he could to fix it or to help it, and meet needs that were all around us. And so as young adults, it's one thing to talk about your faith, and it's another thing to express it. And so we just try to really focus on expressing it tangibly. We know there's a time to talk to people about God, but we focus hard on expressing it.
Okay. Now, I have a quote that I looked up that you said. It says, "I think young adults are attracted to people who are being the church and being the hands and feet of hope."
Yes.
Any other wonderful quotes that you have for us today?
Well, to me, I think if the church is focused on being the church and really, like I said, expressing their faith more, then I think the world would be a lot better place and cities would be a lot better. If the gospel shows up in a city, like this event we're a part of on Saturday night, which is going to be amazing, we feel like at the same time the church can do something to serve the city. The church can be, the church can be make a tangible difference, if you may. So, I don't know if I have any beautiful quotes like that offhand, but our passion, honestly, is to meet the needs of the city here.
So, what do you think we can expect from America's Night of Hope, from the youth ministry?
Well, from us, we're going to be there praying. We're going to be there serving. We're going to be there greeting people as they come in, and letting people know that there's hope and that that God has a plan and a purpose and a future for them. It doesn't matter what they're facing. Doesn't matter what setbacks that they've been facing. A setback is just an opportunity for a comeback.
Amen.
And so that's what kind of a message you're going to see and hear, and you're going to have a lot of passionate young adults there smiling and welcoming people.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Unity.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see what's coming up next. Up next was our final interview with Pastor Joel Osteen. He made his way to the awaiting reporters. Each encounter was brief, but I found him to be just as humble in person as he presents himself each week on television. The whole staff was warm, kind, and accommodating. And for Unity, it was a pleasure to be a part of such an exciting day full of charitable events. Cassandra here with Unity, and we are here with Joel Osteen of Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas. Tell us what's going to be different about America's Night of Hope this year.
Well, you know, every year we try to make them a little bit different. I think the core message will be there, and that we're going to let people know that God's good, He's on their side. But something about being here in D.C., I don't know, it just has a little different feel. I can feel the warmth from the people, and I'm just excited about Saturday night. You know, when you get 40 or 50,000 people together that love the Lord, that, you know, that are excited about life, it's contagious. It rubs off on you.
And what do you think that it is about your style of ministry that draws so many people to you cross-culturally?
You know, I don't know if it's one thing, but I try to make the message practical and relevant. I try to keep it hopeful. I don't know, you know, there's other pastors that are fantastic too, so I don't know how somehow ours caught on and touched the public, but I just feel very blessed and very honored to get to speak to people and get to visit with you today as well.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us at Unity.
My pleasure.
And thanks to you two for joining us again here on Unity. Today was a whirlwind of activity that I hope you enjoyed being a part of. Join me for my next episode of Unity, where we'll feature Pastor Joel Osteen and his family for America's Night of Hope. I've changed my focus from his best-selling book, Every Day of Friday, to asking him about his family. I'll ask him the importance of being able to pastor all over the world and what it means to share that gift with his family. At a time when many families are fragmented and broken, the Osteens are a great example of family unification in order to fulfill God's purpose in their lives and to teach us how to do the same. For me personally, I'll cherish the memories and will continue to pursue my dream of reading my book, It's Your Birthday, Cheyenne, to children all over the world as my way of spreading God's love, peace, joy, and happiness. Find out more about me and Unity at www.cassielandllc.com. You may also email me at cassandra@cassielandllc.com. For bookings at your school, feel free to call my agent, Deanna Walker, at 732-762-4729. See you next time here on Unity.